What is the bottom line of leadership? I have spent over 2 decades on studying the subject of leadership. I had read many books on leadership. I had personally worked with many different leaders in my company and outside of my company. I have looked at leadership in different perspectives and different angles. Leadership itself is a very general topic. Therefore, I believe many people, they don't have a clear understanding what the bottom line of leadership is. Today, I want to share with you what is the bottom line of leadership. Understand, if someone who's willing to follow your advice, instruction, you are considered to be a leader. It doesn't mean that you are a good leader or a bad leader. It simply means you are a leader. Over the last 2 decades, I have seen so many different examples of leadership. I have seen people who's willing to follow a leader for a few years and eventually they don't want to follow that leader anymore. I have seen people who's been forced to follow someone and eventually they rebel and they had it enough and say, forget about it, screw you. I have seen leaders who is intelligent, who is smart, who got all the knowledge in the world, and eventually the people who used to follow them and eventually they also elevate, and they get to the same level. And this person who used to follow that particular leader no longer follow him or her. I've seen it all. So what is the bottom line of leadership? My bottom line of leadership after 2 decades, I want to share with you, it is how long is someone willing to follow you without being forced? Let me say that again. To me, the bottom line of leadership is how long someone who's willing to follow you without being forced. When we first work with a manager, a boss, or a mentor, usually the first phase is what? Idolizing them. You like them. Oh my God, this person making a certain amount of money. They know a certain amount of knowledge. Oh my God, I like him, I like her, I idolize him, I idolize her. And what happened as time goes on? I see most of the time, the same person who idolized that individual, leader, mentor, they start to demonize them. They start to dislike them. So why is that happen all the time? Why is someone that used to like their leader, eventually they no longer like them? Why is someone who used to follow this person, eventually they no longer wanting to follow this person? Why is this person used to idolize this leader or mentor, now they no longer idolize, they actually demonize them? Very simple. Because the guy and the girl at the top, they are focusing way too much of their energy and resources on watering their own interests instead of watering their people's interests. Eventually, the people that used to follow them found out, discovered, and realized, hey, you know what? Everything that you do, it seems like you are trying to watering your own interest the most. Why should I follow you? So that's the first reason why certain people no longer want to follow certain people, right? And the second reason is because the guy at the top, the girl at the top, no longer improving themselves. So the value they're teaching their peers, teaching their leaders, teaching their mentee, it's kind of like maxed out. You understand what the word maxed out? You have no more value to give out. And they surpass your value. They surpass your knowledge. So eventually, they have to follow another person. So the only way, in my opinion, you can continue to lead someone is number one, you got to continue to elevate your mind, your skill set, your wisdom, your experience. And second thing, start to water other people's interests a lot more than your own interests. So to me, the bottom line of leadership is how long is someone willing to follow you? Willingly. Some people's 1 year, some people 5 years, some people's decade, some people maybe to follow you until you die. That's the bottom line of leadership. JW here. See you next time. JW here. If you like my content, comment below and download my JW Just Win app. See you next time.